Right, this is going to be a brief explanation of the construction of my magazine front cover. I'll just be telling you like brief little stages that I've done, and if you want to look at the detailed side of it and why I've chosen some of the things and stuff like that and how I did it, just read through my blur construction and you'll find out more. So firstly, I took the image of the antagonist of my trailer, positioned them in the centre and cropped them out using a pen tool. I used a dark blue background, so the colours of yellow, blue, white would contrast against the dark background, and you know, because they're vibrant colours, they're bright colours, they'll easily stand out on a page rather than use, for example, like browns and blacks and stuff like that. It will just be a bit dull unless, you know, I'm using it on a vibrant background. So for example, here you go, I made the masthead using the font Motor that I downloaded from the font. I used the colour of yellow because I felt that yellow would be very appropriate because it's a vibrant colour, stands out, pleasing to the eye, appealing and eye-catching. And I messed around with the colour of the image because I felt that there was a hint of green on the side of his face, so I decreased the green, upped the red and upped the blue slightly, so it, you know, has that dark tone to it, which I want to have from the character, because the character is very sinister and very you know, villain-esque sort of. I added a bevel and emboss feature to it, so you know, it makes it more pop, and as you can see around the edges and certainly below the writing, there's like a little depth which makes it, you know, pushing the text forward, if you want to call it that. And I also added like a little promotional thing, you know, it says the best film magazine around, you know, persuading the audience mainly, and like, you know, feeding them in that this magazine contains top quality content and they should check it out. Next stage was the main title. The main title, I can't remember the font that I used, but it's very slanted and I like the design of it, and I felt that it had the connotations of a drama / thriller, you know, title. So I put the film title in the centre and I put the quote below it saying stereotypes are going to be challenged, referencing how, you know, it's very sinister, it's very, you know, not generic and not original, and it would persuade the audience to, well, the readers to read about it because they're going to be interested. Why is this, you know, headlined in the magazine front cover? Why not something else that's big? So I used the colour white, obviously, to, you know, dark background, the bright colour, you know, it stands out, you know, stuff like that, and it makes it pleasing to the eye. Also, I added some features like the lines above and below the montage. It's a form of like colour coordination to reference what the colours I'm going to use. For example, like the yellow line with like the black stroke around it isolates the montage and isolates the main title, making it, you know, stand out more, you know, like it's not going to question the design, but it just makes the design more appealing and more like, you know, not original, not dull, which is what I want in my magazine. I don't want it to be dull or original, I want it to be unique, stylistic, creative. Then I added a promotional puff, which is what pretty much 99% of the magazines have. You have the, you know, like plus like, you know, extra content or like free stuff inside, you know, sort of thing. But I chose the path of like inside, and I put like within the promotional puff the big headlines, so like, you know, biggest blockbuster, Infinity War exclusive, and like Venom behind the scenes, all stuff that the audience is excited for and has a large fan base around it. So for example, people from like who like Marvel movies definitely know that Venom is part of Marvel. They would buy the magazine to find out what's being written about Venom, and same applies with Infinity War. And then people in general who like blockbuster movies or who like make big hitter movies would want to check page 28 and see what movies they haven't watched and what this magazine has on offer. So, you know, it creates that form of consistency, that form of referencing the audience and directing it towards them. So I'm pretty much everything that the audience wants, I'm giving it to them. I'm giving the content that they want, which is what you want within the magazine. Then after that, we got stage 3, what I like to call, which is where I added, you know, the top form of content, which is like behind the scenes images of Star Wars. That's just like extra content informing the audience that, you know, there's a new film coming out, we've got the behind the scenes, other magazines haven't, come check this out. It's a form of promotion, it's a form of persuasion, which is what the audience want, and it lures them in. My magazine is 100% truthful, you know, whatever says on the top will be inside. So there's obviously going to be behind the scene images of Star Wars film, and Star Wars is a very large franchise and has millions and millions of fans, so you know, it's just not, my magazine is not directing one target audience, it's directing different target audiences, even though the film that is mainly, you know, advertised, you know, day by day, it's a thriller slash drama. It's not superhero, it's not linked to Venom or Marvel, but you know, the magazine targets different audiences. It's like a tree branch. It's going left and it's going right, then it's going left and it's going right, and you know, leaves grow out of it every single direction. So you know, that sort of stuff. And then you got the side articles on the side. Josh Skelly starring day by day. You've got a little scheme of white, red. White, yellow, blue. You know, it's consistency. Consistency within the magazine equals professionalism, in my opinion. And as you can see, the magazine looks very neat, very beautiful, because it's got that consistent colour scheme. If I had red, green, black, it just wouldn't make sense, because the colours would be all over the place and they don't have a similarity. Whereas I'm using bright colours within my text because of the dark background. Vice versa, I would use dark colours on my text if it was a bright background. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Also, I chose the side articles to be behind the image because I don't want it to interfere with the image. I don't want anything to touch the image. And as you can see, if you look at the quote on the left side when it says to make the omelet, if you zoom in, it's not touching his fingertips because I want the image to be isolated from the rest of the text. It makes the image look more professional, it makes the design of the magazine look more professional, and it makes it look more authentic. So you know, that's the way you have to go about it. Stage 4, which is the final product, what I added here is, as you can see, the bottom content, you know, Black Panther takes 1 billion at box office and blah blah blah. It's just adding more content for the viewers to look forward to. It's you know, saying apart from day by day, we've got more of this stuff in here, and we've got, you know, nominations of best drama, as you can see on the side articles, which recently happened in January, and stuff like that. So you know, also that promotion for the film, where it says nominated for best drama, represents that the film's like a big hitter, and be honest, we want to find out why it's a big hitter and stuff like that. But this post is mainly about showing that this is the final product, this is the final design, and yeah, I've added like the main features, like the barcode at the bottom right corner. I forgot to screenshot the price tag because I left it on like the eyeball on the Photoshop. I left it like closed, whatever you want to call it, but that'll be updated soon. And all it is just a price tag and the issue number, and then that's it, and then the magazine's completed. But overall, the magazine is very good and it's very unique in my opinion. It stands out from the rest of the like, you know, my peers, my colleagues in school environment, in the classroom, and I think my magazine is good. It's very good because as you can see, you've got consistent colour scheme, you've got different designs, promotional puff, different fonts used throughout, different text layers, and you know, just like little extra bits added on there. That's like, you know, small things make the bigger picture, so you know what I mean. And that's the end. So this has been a voiceover, this has been the construction of the magazine from cover with a voiceover added, and the technology I've used for this is, well, if you're interested, it's OBS and my own voice. Yeah, cheers for that, thank you very much.